Hi, my name is Joanna Chang, and this is my presentation for the case study 2. This case study is about the Tesla motor, which is probably the number one selling brand in the electronic vehicle. They want to relocate it to China. Uh, when I start this case study, to tell the truth, I don't really know this company due to my lack of knowledge about car industry. So I went to my brother to get more information because he is the car geek in my family. If we want to know, if we want more information about this specific car or the car maker like GM, Ford, etc., he is the go-to guy. Um, Tesla is an American car company that is target their market at higher class consumers. Their price is usually about over $100,000 or close to $100,000. They usually have their showroom at the big city the the closest one for Las Cruces is in Albuquerque. My brother have been to the one in Denver because I didn't go with him, so I cannot tell you about their service. They don't have the car that is in normal price range until this year, or I should say next year, because they don't deliver the car until late 2017 if you order it online right now. And their and the model of the car, the name of the model, it's called Model 3. The price starting at $35,000. Okay, the circumstance in 2008, the Tesla ability to adapt and innovate in uncertain times came under the examination in 2008. A decline in auto industry sales due to the credit crisis. Remember, General Motor, Ford, Chrysler went to the Congress to borrow money from government. Yeah, I think it was around that time. Uh, Second, the general consumer lack of acceptance of the electric car. I remember in 2008, you will see a lot of hybrid car, which is the car is working with electricity and gas. It's so you don't see a lot of car that's only working in electricity. And the third reason is the U.S. gas price drop. I don't remember about that much. I Cause I when I put the gas, it's about the same price every time I put the gas in my car. So the U.S. and the fourth one is the U.S. lawmaker in some states prevent the direct sales of the vehicle. Why Musk against the traditional model? The first one is the dealer would encounter a fundamental conflict between the sale of gasoline depending on cars and electronic vehicle, and salesmen will not be able to explain the benefit of the electronic vehicle. And second, because the customers already have the certain knowledge about the car, the dealer don't have to educate the customers on the benefit of the uh, Tesla's electronic vehicle. However, like I mentioned in the last slide, the same that some U.S. lawmakers in some states have prevent the direct sales of the vehicle. This makes Tesla must sell their car from the dealer. If the dealer did not comply, the automotive company wants, the dealer could face the manufacturer finding another local dealer to use, and the dealer would lose the money they invest. To prevent to prevent such situation, some states had begun to change the law to provide the dealer with exclusive right in the local markets. And province in Singapore. In Singapore, there are two different tax discount. One is called the TIDES, TIDES. Another is called ARF. However, Tesla did not get any of them. Only four companies managed to get a grant from Singaporean government. The reason are the reason Tesla did not get the discount are Tesla did not meet the technical requirement for electronic vehicle. Also, Tesla did not sell a single car in Singapore, even though the Tesla have some orders. However, that is under some circumstance, like if the Tesla did get the tax discount, so the they could sell at a cheaper price. Because I think in the study in the case study article they say like even if uh, even even with the Tesla get like one of the discount, it was like I think they are selling at $60,000. They still gonna sell the car at 60,000 US dollar, and that is pretty expensive. So yeah. And the final thing is, should Tesla relocate in China? Uh, I don't think so because well, most of Chinese is not really wealthy enough to, I say, buy the electronic vehicle in the PowerPoint. But the truth is, the most of Chinese is not wealthy enough to buy a car, uh, to, just to buy a car. So and not even a house. So they just rode a bike around the street, or they just took the bus. And also, China does have their own brand of the electronic vehicle. Is called the BYD, and the BYD is probably the number one selling brand in China. So for the Tesla want to relocate their market in China, locate their market in China, it's really really hard because most of the Chinese government do have some uh, what should I say, the kind of like uh, enemy to American government. So I don't think that will happen. And also for the diamond model, uh, for the demand part, most of the consumer in US still they will still buy a gas car or the cheaper hybrid car like a Toyota Prius instead of the Tesla. So, and for the factory condition, the reason why the price of the Tesla is so high is because it was made in the US, and then the US labor is really really high. And then I heard somebody said like a lot of their raw material is actually coming from Taiwan, so their shipment is really really expensive. So that's why their the price of the Tesla is not going down. For the related and supporting industry, uh, I remember when I traveled to California, actually, I don't see any gas station that have the that support that have that do have the part for people that want to charge their car. So what if the people that was traveling to a long distance and all of a sudden their car is out of electric? What can they do? And for the last part, and then the combat the competitive advantage for the domestic foreign market, like I said, the China already have a brand called BYD, so it's really hard for Tesla want to get into the industry right now. So I think they might need to look for some other country to do it. And this is my presentation. Thank you very much.